Hey everyone, after 25 years in tech, I've seen more legacy code than I care to admit. And you know what? I've learned that reading legacy code doesn't have to feel like an archaeological excavation in a cursed tomb. Today, I'm sharing the strategies that have kept me sane and occasionally even made legacy code, dare I say, fun. So the reality check. Let's start with the harsh truth. Legacy code is everywhere. That temporary solution from 2007, that's still running your payment system. That intern's weekend project, that's now mission critical infrastructure. So why does this happen? Code that works stays in place. Rewrites are expensive and risky. Business priorities shift faster than code bases. So what are the consequences? You'll spend 60 to 80% of your career reading other people's code. That code won't have documentation. It never does. And you'll be fixing at 2 AM when it breaks. So yeah, learning to read legacy code isn't optional, it's survival. So, start with the why, not the how. Here's where most developers go wrong. They dive straight into the code. Don't do that. Your first mission is understanding why this code exists. So why does this matter? Context beats cleverness every time. You'll avoid fixing things that are actually features. And you'll understand the business logic before the spaghetti code. So, how to do it? Read the commit messages, the good ones anyway. Find original requirements or tickets and talk to the person who wrote it if they haven't fled the country. Look for README files, wikis, and that one Slack thread from 2019. The consequences of skipping this? You'll spend 3 days optimizing a slow function only to learn it has to be slow because of a contractual SLA. Step 2. Map the territory. Think of legacy code like exploring a new city. You don't memorize every street, you find the landmarks first. So why mapping works? Reduces cognitive overload, gives you a mental model to hang details on, helps you to spot the critical paths versus the abandoned corners. So what is your mapping toolkit? Draw boxes and arrows, yeah, on actual paper. Identify the entry points and exit points. Find the main street, the happy path through the code. And mark the sketchy neighbourhoods you'll avoid for now. What happens if you don't? You'll get lost in a 3,000 line file, forget why you're even there, and end up reading the same function 4 times because it all looks the same. Step 3. Run it first, read it second. So here's a hot take. Reading code without running it is like reading a recipe without tasting the food. You're missing 50% of the information. So why running beats reading? You actually see what happens versus what you think what happens. Debuggers will reveal the execution path. And you'll catch the weird edge cases immediately. So how do we do this safely? Use a debugger. Set breakpoints liberally. Add logging statements. Temporary ones, but not animals. And run the tests, if they exist. Ha 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 ha. And create a sandbox environment. Don't YOLO in production, for goodness sake. The consequences? Skip this step and you'll waste hours building mental models that are completely wrong. I once spent a whole day assuming a function was asynchronous, and it wasn't. Step 4. Start small and build confidence. You know what's intimidating? A 50,000 line monolith. You know what's not? A single function that does one thing. So, why do small wins matter? Build your confidence and momentum. will give you quick victories, and it will create reference points for understanding bigger pieces. So what should be your strategy? Pick the smallest, most isolated piece of code you can find. Understand it completely, like really completely. Then pick something slightly bigger that connects to it. Rinse and repeat, building outward. What happens if you try to boil the ocean? Analysis paralysis. You'll stare at the code base for 3 hours, accomplish nothing, and feel like an imposter. Don't do that to yourself. Step 7. Document as you go. So here's the secret. The best way to understand code is to explain it to someone else. And that someone else can be yourself in 3 months. Why documentation while reading? It forces you to articulate what you're learning. Creates a reference for future you. And it'll help your team, and they'll love you for it. So, what to document? Write comics explaining the why, not the what. Create architecture diagrams for complex flows. Note the gotchas and weird quirks. Keep a journal of your discoveries. The consequences of not documenting: you'll save the same problem twice, or 3 times, or you'll leave and the next person will curse your name for not writing anything down. Be better than that. Step 6. Make peace with not knowing everything. This is wisdom that took me 15 years to learn. You don't need to understand everything to make meaningful progress. So why this mindset shift matters? Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Some code is genuinely unknowable, and that's okay. Your job is to get things done, not to memorize the entire code base. So how to embrace strategic ignorance? Focus on what you need to know for your current task. Accept that some modules are black boxes. Here's a big one. Trust the interfaces, not just the implementations. And know where to find answers when you need them. So what happens if you chase perfect understanding? You'll never ship anything. You'll burn out. You become that developer who's still researching 6 weeks later. The secret weapon. Fresh eyes. Want to know the ultimate legacy code hack? Sometimes the best thing you can do is step away. So why breaks are powerful? Your brain processes information while resting. Fresh eyes spot patterns you missed buried in the details. Prevents tunnel vision from hours of grinding. So how to use this? Take a walk after hitting a confusing section. Sleep on it before making big decisions. Pair program with someone who hasn't actually seen the code. Explain it to a rubber duck. Seriously. The cost of grinding through: you'll make tired, frustrated decisions. You'll miss obvious solutions and you'll hate your job. Don't be a martyr. Be strategic. So final thoughts. After 25 years, here's what I know for sure. Legacy code isn't your enemy. It's a time capsule of problems that were solved under different constraints with different knowledge. Your job isn't to judge it. Your job is to understand it, work with it, and, when the time is right, make it a little bit better than when you found it. So remember, start with why, not how. Map before you dive. Run it, don't just read it. Small wins will build your confidence. Document everything for future you. Realize you don't need to know everything about the code base. And having a fresh set of eyes is a superpower. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. If reading legacy code was easy, everyone would be doing it. The fact that you're here learning these skills means you're already ahead of the game. Now, get out there and tame that legacy beast. You've got this. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and drop a comment about some legacy code that you've had to deal with and some of the issues you found. See you in the next video. Thanks.